Principle number 2 is the right to own and control property. And I have to tell you beforehand, I have a whole presentation called Property Rights in the Constitution. So we're going to touch this lightly because there's at least an hour and a half of information on property rights that we'll get later on. The classic quote by this is John Adams. He says this: "The moment the idea is admitted into society that property is not as sacred as the laws of God, and that there is not a force of law and public justice to protect it, anarchy and tyranny commence. Property must be secured, or liberty cannot exist." Why is that? Because property is an extension of who I am. Okay? It's the result of what I do. My property is, in essence, my life and my liberty. That's what it is. Okay? Madison puts it this way: property in its particular application means, quote, "that dominion which one man claims and exercises over the external things of the world in exclusion of every other individual, and which leaves to everyone else the like advantage." Property means it's mine. I can do what I want to with it. It doesn't mean no one else can't do what they want to do with their own property, but it means my property is my property. It excludes other people's right to control my property. It's mine. That's the whole point. Okay? He has an equal property in the free use of his faculties and free choice of the objects on which to employ them. If it's your property, you get to do with your property whatever you'd like to do. That's the whole point, isn't it? Okay? It's simple. That's the essence of private property. And that's how freedom and wealth are created, because I have control over my property and no one else tells me what I can and can't do. As long as what? As long as I'm not infringing on someone else's rights through the use of my property or through my actions. Otherwise, I'm free to do what I'd like to do. Okay? Washington puts it succinctly: private property and freedom are inseparable. Okay? It's that simple. Private property and freedom are inseparable. You think about the nations of the earth, where there is not private property, or there's very reduced ability to control and use your property and own your property. What happens? Economic extinction, essentially, right? You look at all these third world countries, that's why, because they don't have private property. They can't do with their property what they want to do. Government does it for them, or they may own it, but government tells them what they'll do with it. Okay? That's not good.